What's going on, guys? Out here with my friend Jeremy. We're gonna focus on fishing some of these points. I'm gonna drag a jig. He's gonna throw some A-rigs, and we're just gonna see if we can't figure out. We're gonna fish this for a little bit, then we're gonna focus on a transition bank. Gonna move back in about probably 50 yards, maybe 100 yards inside of a couple coves. See if we can't get bit. Don't get bit there. Move in about 100 yards and just keep working our way back. Before the sun goes down, we're gonna move over to the Hawaiian, or not the Hawaiian Island, the Lodges Four Seasons Island over there, and we're gonna fish some topwater before the sun sets. Just have a good evening out there goofing off. So I'm gonna do the hat cam for this video, just a little bit different point of view, and that way I can get some of Jeremy's catches on camera too. So, but anyways, just enjoy. Yeah, you'll catch some. So, all right, guys, enjoy. Where we should get bit is right up around this point, because yeah, we're still in I'm getting 55 foot of water right here. So basically, since it's too rough, I'm just gonna drag this jig around for a minute out here on this point, because there's fish here. I got 2 blow-ups on that. So what that tells me is they're here, they're just not coming up and chasing because it's just too rough. So cast a jig out, or like a worm or something, just drag it around, see what happens. Okay, so like right here, I got a brush pile right below me. I mean, straight down below me. And I'm gonna drop this jig right on top of it. There he is. That's a big one too. Like I was saying, he's in that brush pile right below me, and I could see him. Good solid keeper right there. So that fish was suspended in 20 foot of water over 25. And as soon as that jig got in his face, I mean as soon as it hit his face, he had it. Alright, there you go. Jeremy's hooked up. Little Kentucky, it looks like. Yep, little Kentucky. Just drove through it. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because to try and park and walk to it, good luck. It was at 9 o'clock at night too, so. That was a good one. That was a good one. Let's see if I can get him to eat my blank tail grub. He was right there on that corner. Yeah. Dang. I just had a really good one hit me up there. Right on that corner. Let's see if I can get him to follow up the craw bug. You got it. That's, I don't think. And I'm gonna look at the map page. My page. And I think we're gonna go fish that bluffin. Oh no, my scab finally peeled. Yeah, it's not very deep over there. Don't rush. I'm just gonna idle us over to that. I think we'll fish this around. It's something different. There's no waves. It's been dead calm. It's just inside the main lake point, and there should be a fish on it somewhere. That's a giant. That's a giant. That is a giant, my friends. I don't think he's gonna stay on either. He's barely hooked.
Need a hand?
Nah, I'll get him. He's feisty. I didn't know him, but I'd say that's a Kentucky, based on its scale patterns. That's a good 4.
Sick. Good job.
He was on there better than I thought. I had 2 hooks in him, but he hit me all the way out here at the boat. Oh, what are you bleeding from? Oh, he must have got his gill. Alright, well, let's let it go. That's a pretty fish, guys. Thank you for biting. You gonna jump? Okay. Well, we're gonna run to the other side of that wall and see what happens. Hey, not a monster, but it's a start. They're here. Yep, little Kentucky. But I don't think I can get any closer because I'm about to hit bottom. I'm gonna go ahead and trim up my motor. Just because I really don't want the first day I have it in the water to damage the prop. Oh, I got a fish. God, look at the size of that Kentucky.
I gotta eat it.
That's a good Kentucky right there, man. Alright, let's get you on home. Whee! Well, there you have it, guys. So, went out with Jeremy for a little bit this evening. Caught 3 really nice keepers. 1 giant Kentucky, 1 nice largemouth, and a decent 2.5 pound largemouth. Key thing for me tonight while I was out there, I started on a point where I thought I could catch a fish, and I'd fished it before, but I didn't know that there's a little brush pile on it, so I found that brush pile and I could see that fish in it. So I dropped that jig right down on top of that brush pile. I mean, as soon as it got down over there, thunk, he hit it, set the hook. That was about 23 foot of water, and that's where that fish was, around that, surrounding that brush. I guess he's probably sitting there waiting to ambush bait fish that swim by or get brushed down the current. But I was keying in, and the reason I stopped there was the channel swings right up against it from the main lake, and it's like 60 foot on one side, and then the brush pile's up on the ledge and about 20, like I said, 23 foot. So there was a fish there. And then the next spot, we moved to a secondary, and didn't catch anything there on that secondary, a couple little short fish. And then on the way out, I was like, okay, well, there's that causeway that you saw catch that fish on. It's just inside the main lake, so you're about 300 yards on off the main lake point, and there's a big flat spot on it. And just where it was at, where they filled it in to make it an actually driveway, they filled it all in, so it was nice and flat in that area. And I think the fish was just sitting on that flat spot in that shallow water, waiting for bait fish to come by, because he ambushed my bait. I mean, I was reeling it in to get ready to make another cast, and as I was reeling it in, he just hammered it. So that was a good one. Then that Kentucky came on the other side of that little causeway, and he was on the point of the seawall, which I wasn't surprised that there was a fish there. It just kind of caught me off guard because I was trying to trim up my motor, and I just went back and looked up, and there was a fish that grabbed my bait, and I set the hook and caught it. So to me, it tells me that those fish are still more towards those points. You might be able to find some in the backs a little bit, but it looked like to me that the key bite was going to be more in that deeper water on the main lake points, maybe around brush. I haven't really focused heavily on brush, but definitely key in on those points. I think that's going to be a big factor. So anyways, that was today's today's fishing. It was a good time. Jeremy and I went out and had some fun. Alright guys, take it easy. Have a great day.